shit, mate. I am late. There we go. I just did. Don't worry, lunatic. Let me... Oof. I just got home. I got home, ate, and came down. Hey Medina! Hi lunatic! I hope you're all doing good. There we go. Just grab. Don't worry, guys. I think I can finish everything. Don't worry, guys. I think I can finish everything. There we go. Okay, I got 30 seconds to finish this. Okay. Okay, I posted everything. Did we do it? Oh, still 1 minute to go. Oh, goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, this actually gives me time to figure out the references. Let me get the references. Demi sent me. Oh god, Discord. Go frick yourself. Have you guys ever had the trouble that Discord overlay keeps opening while you're trying to click on something on your program or game? I wonder what anime this girl is from. Okay. Amazing ref. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm planning to keep ASMR arcade please. You know, funny thing, let's get started the stream, shall we? Let's officially get started. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Today I'm late. I am late and I didn't even turn off the buttons. There you go. So anyways. Sorry for being late. I took Momochi to the... I don't know what you guys call it. It's not an emergency room. It's a place where you go, so your health insurance will set you up to a doctor so you can talk to them about like anything bad, anything that's happening, right? But nothing too urgent. So we were in that place and it took forever because unfortunately there's been a flu spree around town. So because of that, it took us a long time. Hello, Medina. Thank you. Well, I'm comfy now. So let me show what we're dealing with today. So Demi wants me to do her in pixel art, but he wants her in a very specific pose. And he gave me the reference, and here it is. So, yeah, so I'm going to do this pose. It's gonna be fun. It's not animated or anything, it's just stand still. This will be interesting. Go Kiba. Thank you, Medina. Thank you. So first things first, gotta do... Also showing feet for free in this economy? It's a good smile. Good smile is... They want you to have the good smile. What can I say? I already done one of her before, actually. Hold up. Let me... Yeah, I've done the sprite before, so I am gonna take some of the colors, like this one in particular. Pretty good. Lol, one file named Milatides. That was a commission, and I got Milia's permission for it. I remember that one. Did I show? Oh, I think I did. I posted it on Patreon, right? Yeah. Okay, so here. Do these. Shouldn't be too hard. Hello, Aska. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Working on commissions today. I am doing this character. I know her name is Karen. I do not know if she asks for managers. I'm assuming no, because the commissioner really likes her. Doing good, what about you? I'm doing good too, I'm doing good too. Hardest working Brazilian Ninja Wolf by VTuber. Aw, thank you, Medina. Dude, guys, I went through, I had an adventure today. So, as you guys know, both me and Momochi, we got sick with like a heavy flu, right, around last week. And Momochi got the short end of the stick. Because, I wonder... I think I understand what Demi is trying to ask me to do in this position. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take her eyes. Yeah, her eyes are purple. I'm gonna try to do her eyes a little bit more like here. Like this. Because she has to be looking at the direction that she's pointing the arrows, right? Even though technically the reference tells to look directly at the screen. Feel like that wouldn't make too much sense, you know? So I am taking my liberties here. Here's more or less what I want. Now, to do this, I do think we could increase the amount of cheeks. Make her cuter. Interpreting poses. Did not think that was a major thing, but here we are. Here we are. The thing is, Medina, that every single skill you can pick up in your life is going to be useful for something. The real question is, how do you make it useful? Because everything you can learn can be useful. The question is how you use it. And I remember that in like old D&D books, that was like the distinction between wisdom and intelligence. Intelligence is raw knowledge, and wisdom is your ability to put that knowledge to use. This would be... how do I put it? This would be almost a nudge for role-playing that a high-end character would work really well with a high wisdom character, like if they respect each other. So I am wise if I stay in bed because at work I could be a menace? That depends. That depends. It's about applying the knowledge you have. I do like the color of the eyes here, so I don't see why I should use another one, but let's see if we can change the style a little bit. Her face feels a bit too round. So I am going to make sure that that's not the case. There we go. Okay, I think this is gonna turn out pretty cute. I wanna make the eyes a bit bigger. Hold up. Like this. There we go. Should help. Oh, there we go. I think that's all right. Here we go. I think we can add some more complexity to the eyes though. Let me just do the shadow thing. And add some extra volume here. This is new. Oh well, I think it's fine. I'm not entirely sure we're using my playlist, but everything in this playlist is alright, so let's keep it. There we go. The color here, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna tell about the story. So me and Momochi, we were waiting in line for 2.5 hours. We had to wait in line for 2.5 hours to see a doctor. Yeah. Because there is this huge flu. This is why I'm late, by the way. We left, it was like 9 p.m. in the morning. We actually managed to get a doctor to see us. It was already like 11:30. Yeah. Also hope you're both doing well. We are. Thankfully, we got a good doctor. Thank God. Lady doctor, very nice lady doctor, saw us. Actually listened to Momochi, which was like the biggest concern she had at the moment. 9 p.m. in the morning. Did you mean to say 9 a.m.? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There we go. We got some extra colors. Oh, this is the start of a very cute face. What do we got here? Though I did think I don't quite agree with using red for her eyeshadow. I think the base color is better. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, this is looking nice. But yeah, so it was pretty funny because we were very close to giving up, as you can imagine, because of all the time it took for us to get. It was pretty funny because we were like, okay, if it reaches 11 o'clock and we still haven't been, and they still haven't gotten to us, that we're not getting a doctor today. It's too busy. It's just too busy, right? But Momochi was like, look, I think I figured out how the system works. Because here's the thing. We were looking, we had, it had like one of those number systems, right? Where it's like, number 32, number 33. But the thing was, they weren't calling people in based on apparently anything. We were so confused. Because it was like, believe our number was something like 160, right? So we got in there and number 150 was being called. So we were like, it's gonna take a little, maybe not too long, right? And then number 162 got called. And then number 130. And then number 55. And then number 60. And then number 161. And then number 101. And then number 195. And then number... Yeah, so... Did they do a triage? So, the triage is the first thing that you do. You... Like, the way the system works with my health insurance is you get in the hospital, they have like this little automated booth where you type in your personal data, they immediately access you, and you go to a line where the triage happens. So we went to the line, Momochi, they did the triage, right, to determine everything, so she got her pulse measured, same old, right? Then you immediately get thrown into the waiting room. And the waiting room has your number. And that's where hell starts usually. Because since there's like a lot of like cases of flu, and I think we have new cases of dengue too, because of course we do. Let's see. Right? We got lots of dengue cases. Okay, so she's petite. But I'm wondering if I'm making her too petite. Let's add the legs and we'll see. Let me think. What's a cool pose? Yeah, Demi's pose is not gonna be that useful. Unfortunate, really. She's cute, definitely had Pergo. I also would say protect, but she has a bow and arrow, so I won't. Okay, so I was thinking we could make her a little bit more dynamic. Do this. We can do with the back arced a little bit. That way we can have the hand outstretched. So we were starting to think that it wasn't the best of ideas to have gone there on that day or to try to stay there and get service. And we were definitely thinking about just coming back home empty-handed. But Momochi was like, no, just hold on a second. I need to check the next number because we started to see a pattern in the numbers. It was a bunch of random numbers, but the numbers from 150, right? They seem to follow a pattern. They seem to be in sequence. So we're like random number, 151. Random number, 152. Random number, 153. So Momochi thought that she saw the pattern and she wanted to see one more number. She just wanted closure, that she at least had figured out what the fuck was going on with the number systems. And she was like, the next number is gonna be 157. And then it was 160 and we actually got in and saw a doctor. It was so funny. All I could do was spam her with the 99% of gamblers give up before they strike gold meme over and over. Because that's what that situation was exactly. Wait. Shoto. Oh, this is Final Fantasy, okay. I don't know why, but I thought the music that was playing was from Home Alone. This sounds like Home Alone, doesn't it? That is kind of unsettling. Yeah, and then... But then it hit us. It actually hit us. We actually saw the number 159 coming up in the random number queue sometime earlier. So basically, we got skipped because we got skipped on the first QE and then they put us in like the second QE. And why did they do that? Unfortunately, like I said, there were a bunch of other cases for... Hold up, I need to increase my canvas, otherwise it's gonna come out a little bit crooked. And for a leg this size, I think I wanna increase about this much. Yeah. So because she didn't have the flu, she was put into low priority QE. System's kind of different here, which sounds nice now that I think about it. Huh. So yeah, so what tends to happen around here with the QE priority thing is that if you don't have something that is high priority at the moment, good luck getting service. It's gonna take a while. She is flu-free. Yeah, the issue that we came in to see was actually that after the flu, she got some a gum infection, right? Kind of like a gingivitis. But we talked to the dentist while she was doing a checkup for something else. And he was just like, oh, this is like a lowered resistance thing. Don't worry about it. And didn't really do anything about it. Right? Maybe Nuggies could have strengthened Momochi. Probably. Yeah, so she's been dealing with that for like 2 weeks now, because the dentist didn't feel like doing anything about it. And like, we had two choices. We could go back to we could do an appointment and go back to the dentist, or we could go to the hospital like we did, because there is like on-demand service, right? You don't have to make an appointment or anything. You just arrive, catch your number, and wait. Which does lead to has its own set of disadvantages. But on the bright side, you get out with a prescription for a medicine you might need. So yeah, we immediately went to get the stuff that she needed at the drugstore, which is right next to the hospital. By the way, they are in a very good location for business, I gotta say. They know what they're doing. They really know what they are doing. Okay. Yeah, bow pose is usually something like this. Bow holding pose. In my adult life, I had to go to ER one time only. Ooh. That is very nice, Medina. I wish I could say the same, but honestly, you felt bad about going to ER? Why? Were you trying to get have a streak? Okay, like this. Okay, I think this is the vision. This is the vision. Had any infection and was deaf 1 year. My normal doc and my ear doc were not around. I know hospital emergency doc said inflamed and probably bud so they can do stuff. Ah. I see, I see, I see. There we go. When I entered ER, the trash lady was like, so you're here because ear pain? And I was like, no, totally not. Wait, but it was affected. Wasn't your ear in pain? Waited 3 hours and got everything extracted and my inner ear was fine. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Glad everything turned out completely alright. Now let's see. Now it's time to adjust some proportions before we can get truly started. I think I want the torso to be a little bit bigger. Maybe. Do I want the body to be wider? Perhaps just a smidge. Yeah, the new ear doctor lady was not capable to take the blood out and there could have been a rupture in the eardrum. Oh no! That was dangerous. Glad everything turned out alright. And like this. Pixel necks are a thing that elude me. Yeah, no, this is better. Okay, I think we got the key essence of the image. Let's get started on air. Let's go. Poses looks good. Thank you, Medina. There you go. This particular blonde, although It does look a little bit stronger in the... Okay. Think this one. Or I could use this one as the shadow and this one as the base. I think it could work good. Let's see. So her pom-pom thing is to this side. Let's get started. There we go. Like this. That's a little bit too much. Into like this. A bit. Okay. Then we do this. Get the hair started. There we are. There we go. So yeah, so everything turned out alright in the end. Everything was fine. But my god, did we wait so much? You know, in my country there is a particular expression for this experience. We call it charity. Very good to hear, even though waiting is not nice. Yeah. Oh my god, we were losing our minds. Momochi actually brought a book to read. I brought one too. She was reading The Stranger because because Limbus referenced it. So of course, she wants to know more about the characters and what their possible story is gonna be like when it comes out. And the best way to do that is actually read the books and see how they will try to work the themes of the books in the game. Charity. Yeah, like a tea that's made out of chairs. It's like, oh, you waited this long? You really took the charity, huh? That is how that is used. It's an idiom. If you think Brazilian idioms are weird, don't worry. My mother uses even more strange idioms. Because my mom has a set of custom idioms that she uses. No, really. There's this one expression she uses. It's in the crow's beak. When you're like due to something or you look like you're going to die, or you look like something is when something is due that it's pretty obvious that could happen at any moment. Like if you're 9 months pregnant, you're in the crow's beak. That is what she uses. That is how she uses that. That is very weird. It is. Apparently, she told me that when she was 9 months pregnant with me, a lady came up to her and told her this exact sentence, and it stuck to her. Just like, wow, look at you. You're really at the crow's beak, huh? So that's where she got that. And she used it ever since. Could be worse, 100%. Also, weird ladies should not tell pregnant women stuff like that. Blame it on Brazil, I guess. Blame it on Brazil. Yeah, I think... There we go. Okay, this is starting to look cute. Yeah, I don't agree with this color choice, old me. I really, really don't. This one's much better. She looks cute and happy. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's absolutely what I'm going for. Here we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, okay. This is how I like my anime girls, cute and happy. And very head pettable. I shouldn't have put that in the hair, but that's okay. We're not really going to animate this, so it will actually not bite us as much in this. So this is like a little bow. Little golden bow. Right. So I can kind of make it like this. No idea what's going on, just you doing your thing, making cute pixel art. Ah, thank you, Medina. Basically what's going on is I am just trying to make sure I can put about as much detail as I can. Without it becoming too weird. Pixel art is kind of a tug and war, a little bit of a give and take when it comes to figuring out what kind of details you can add to the picture or not. Because you want to add as much detail as possible, but pixel art does not allow for a lot of detail to be added, which is why if you try to make it too complicated, you can sometimes end up with a gargled result. You either end up with a gargled result or a pixel art that's too big. Which, nothing wrong with big pixel art, I think it's great. But if you're trying to respect a certain canvas size, there are some battles you're not gonna win. But this also means it's impressive with how little addition can make something great. Yeah. That is part of the reason why I love this so much too. Because it's like, sometimes one tiny pixel in a different color can change completely what an image is supposed to be and what it looks like. And when that effect is struck, it's just good. It's just good. Oh, okay, I figured something out. I think I figured something out. So if I do this, and then I do this, even better. This one is the darker one, and the other ones will be the lighter ones. Because that way, there we go. There we go. The back of the head is hiding. And over here is too much, so over here. But the knots are happening. The knots are happening over there. I could do like this. There we go. I think this is good. Do like this. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now we take these both here. And we add them to make give a better sense of the form, what's happening with the hair. Like this. Over here. Like this. There we go. Na, 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 na. Also, I am so sad to say, today I won't have any singing lessons. My teacher caught the flu. We didn't go last week because we didn't want her to catch the flu, and she caught it from another student. God damn it. Sharing is caring, I guess. Okay, we're lacking her big big hair things. Hold up. Could make it like this. Joke aside, poor mom, she sent some chicken soup for her to regale her straight. Yeah. She no longer has the flu, but yeah, I could tell she was in like a lot of pain because of her guns. She has been very irritable lately, and usually when she's like that, it means that there is something wrong with her, poor thing. There we go. I think... yeah, something along these lines. Obviously, it's gonna be hidden here by the hand, but... Okay, Kiba, I got to go now to do some other stuff. Thank you so much. Have a constraint QT in making. Lovely and see you soon. Alright, Medina, have a good one. Take care. And see you soon. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's a nice touch. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is pretty good. I think this is almost like a magical girl pose, really. Where's my buddy? Hold up. I have a bendable model here that I can use to try and make poses. It's one of those... It's kind of like an action figure. Okay, so one thing I could do is I could turn this leg a little bit more. There we go. And make some adjustments on the leg based on that. Although, I'm gonna be real, I don't need to fuss too much about leg details because it's gonna all be covered up by a gigantic hakama. I only need the direction of the leg, which is why I'm not trying to be too to sweat too much about it. I'm sweating a little bit about it, but I'm not trying to sweat too much about it, you know? Yeah, because honestly, this would be more or less how it's actually supposed to be. Doesn't look too good, but that is how body was work. Like this. Yeah. Okay, let's dress up. So this is white essentially. But I think we should at least make it a little pink. Okay. Let's go. More or less like this. Do, do, do. Wait, I think this became a random person's music instead. Oh god, here we go. Hope I don't get demonetized. Anyways. There we go. Now we're back to safe territory. I was like, oh, this is very nice. Wait. There we go, there we go. They'll usually probably just mute the tracks and that's that. That's how it goes. There we are. Mm, mm, dun, dun, dun. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hold up just a second. Doggo wants to get out. BRB. Just one sec. Okay, I am back. I'm back. Now let me think here. The best way to do this, because it's this way, I should actually try to do like this. Yeah. Perspective is very important. Very, very important. So let's see. Maybe I can make it a little bit darker, like here. There we go. Yeah, the hakama, the way it's folded, goes all the way here. And there is another one that goes here. No, the hakama is the pants. This is like a gi? I don't know. It's part of the attire. It's part of the attire. And do like this, more or less. There we go. There we go. This. Connect here. Then we go all the way here. Here. And there you go. Do, 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 do. Here we are. Na, 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 Oh. From the looks of it, I think this part here is to raise it up. Should be more like this. There we go. There we go. I think it keeps her aesthetic more true. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the drawing, the model unfortunately isn't helping us to visualize it very well. But I am going to assume that the bow part is actually around here-ish. Such it should be around the waist. Waist area being around here. I think these four are the sachet. So I am gonna color the rest of the hakama with a different color as I'm doing the sketch to make sure I have the separation down. At least the first part here. There you go, got the line down. Now, hakama is basically like a big dress, so... But you know, it's kind of like two big dresses that you wear on your legs. Does that make sense? Good. So the base form is just this. I'm very overly simplifying it. And obviously, you have a bunch of folds. Would be something along these lines. We go. Honestly, kind of like this, even. Okay, so let's get these folds folding. Go here. Like this. There we go. There we go. I think this is fine. Now comes the tough part, because theoretically, I actually need a darker tone. Let's see, like this. Yeah, kinda like this. Kinda like this. Similarly, Now I don't know how to separate these two. Very well. Yeah, I really don't know how to make Hakama pent details. Very well. Maybe I should get regular Hakama as a reference. That should probably help. No, that's not the Miko I was talking about. All right, let me take a look. Yeah, it looks absolutely like a dress. It absolutely looks like a dress. But it's actually pants. Looks like a dress, but wait, it's actually pants. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? Hmm. What if I just didn't give a fuck? Oh. I am so silly. I am such a silly Billy. Hello, Camo God. Look at the reference. Hello, Mamachi. I was looking at the reference, which was why I was very quiet. How are both of you doing? How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think I am not gonna do this like this. Doing good. That's good to hear. Glad to hear doing good today. Yes. Last night was crazy. Never seen winds like that where I live. Oh, scary. Did you get some howling winds? Hope everything is okay. Nothing too strong. Whoa, that's a lot, Camo God. That's a lot. You need to be careful with that kind of wind. Like, it's enough to tear trees out of their place. Yes. Flying wines? Why wines? Why wines? There we go. Okay, the Hakama pants are taking form. Mistyped wind warning to wine. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. The alert stock even said flying 90 miles per hour. Oh. That's very dangerous wine indeed. I mean, if you got hit by a wine bottle at 90 miles per hour, that would not... You can't tell me that wouldn't leave a scar. You know? Pretty sure that would be deadly. You can't convince me otherwise. I've heard of wine and dash, but that's ridiculous. Wait, was it wine and dash? I don't think I used that expression right. No, I think it's wine and dash. That's when you make like really short dates, I think. Yeah? Actually, don't know. I think I used an expression wrong. Yeah, dine and dash, not wine and dash. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I mean, you technically could wine and dash if you really like booze, I guess. You ask for their finest wine, and while they're bringing you your actual meal, you run away. It's the perfect plan. They'll never know what hit them. The poor, poor people at the restaurant who only wanted you to have a nice experience and to be compensated afterwards. Why are you doing something like that, chat? Why are you doing something like that? Those poor people are just trying to do their job. Hakama Pantsu! Man, they're selling those at Amazon. Yeah, I can't... It does go up to here. Oh, okay, so that's something I can do that works. Okay, okay. Figured it out. Figured it out, guys. Think I found a way. To make this look alright. Welcome back, Lunatic. How are you doing? We're trying to make the Hakama Pencil work. How are you? Doing alright, that's good to hear. Art looks great. Thank you, Camo God. Thank you very much. There we go. I find that some anti-aliasing, especially when the lines are a bit more inclinated like this, gives a nice extra effect. What are the things called around the arms that lose? I think they're just colored sleeves, honestly. They are just very, very loose sleeves. Fun fact, these leaves actually have a purpose for being this loose, you know? Particularly women would store a lot of things in here, so this is practically a wallet. Actually, this is a wallet. Nah, I think it is too much. I think I like it the other way better. There we go. Yeah. You could store money here, especially the ones that are like this one. There's a lot of free space inside, actually. They could store money here. They could store weapons. Really, you can definitely conceal a weapon in this. Why they got started in this, I don't know. But I heard something that's very interesting. Wouldn't stuff fall out though? Well, if you ever wore one of these, they stay especially because of the weight, right? They always stay more or less perpendicular to the ground, so not really, no. Of course, there is a limit to how much you're gonna store, and if you start storing more than the limit, then yes, it would fall off. You get greedy and put too much stuff in it, then it's not gonna work as well, obviously. So yeah, so this is the reference, the pose reference that I got. I think I'm doing good so far. Like this. There we go. And now let me make a layer for the bow. Gonna make a bow. I think I got an art and pose character reference for... Better at making pose and character reference for commissioning people. Oh, that's good. That's a very useful skill to have. Artists will absolutely thank you for making good references. Although, just getting a reference sometimes is amazing because some people will commission you and like give you nothing unless you ask. I found pork uterus for sale at the shop. What? Interesting. Very interesting. Honestly though, considering what we eat from pork here in Brazil, pork uterus, not that far off. Not that far off. They sold basically everything, which would be good instead of wasting parts. Yeah, no, that's true, that's true. So I'm not entirely sure what are the dishes you can do with pork uterus. Really unsure. But then again, here in Brazil, people eat the ears. They can eat the knees. Pork knee is very popular. Very popular meat pork meat you can use for making feijoada. The skin, you can fry the skin. It's called pururuca. If you reach 777 follower by the end of the year, I'll buy and cook something with it and then eat it. Alright, gonna try my best. I need to get better at advertising in my stream though. Today doesn't count. I was in a rush and I barely didn't post. But you know, in general. See here. There we go. You need to make a local commercial that you would find on TV. Why? I don't speak Portuguese though. If I was doing the stream in Portuguese, that would be an idea. That would absolutely be an idea. I think I saw like a VTuber that actually advertised herself by pretending to make a campaign to run for president. I think she was like a cowboy VTuber during the American elections. Yeah, never watched her content though, so I have no idea what the hell was up with that, but I did see it. I did see it. As far as visibility goes, technically it worked. Technically it worked. I mean, that was like replicate a bad local commercial and you find a TV with your VTuber model. Are you tired? I have no idea. How the fuck would I advertise, even begin to advertise myself? Are you tired of watching Fortnite every time? Do you have an inkling thinking that maybe when games were older, they were better? Have you come to realize that indie games are actually infinitely superior to AAA? Then I got the streamer for ya. Thai ads are wild. They are. Brazilian ads used to be wild. They became a lot more tame. I feel sad. We had an ad that was so controversial that I think there was a judge case about it that was complete nonsense. And you wanna know what the ad was like? was a car ad. So basically it was a car ad, right? And they came up with a fun concept, you know? Because you know that car potency is measured in horsepowers, right? So the idea of the ad is that the competition is so lame and puny that their cars don't run on horsepower, they run on pony power. Right? And so was born the concept of the goddamn ponies. So so the ad goes something like this. The guy is having trouble with his car, right? So he opens up the chassis of the car to see what's happening. He opens up the car to take a look. And he finds a bunch of ponies prancing around while singing, goddamn ponies, fa la 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 la. We suck ass, we suck hard, and you're gonna break. Something like that, right? Something along those lines. And the guy is cursing, and the ponies are mocking him for buying a car that wasn't from the brand that they're advertising. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. How did it get controversial? So there was an extra scene that ended up getting actually vetoed, right, from being shown in public TV, where, because it's called goddamn ponies, right? There is an extra scene where the pony appears singing, and then the pony turns into a demon pony. It turns into a demon pony and goes, rah! And someone thought that that was too scary for children because they were turning ponies into evil creatures. So that got vetoed out of public TV. Because it was a children's icon being corrupted. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. You can actually probably still find the music and the advertisement on YouTube to this day. Actually, hold up. I think I can show this. Let me see if I can find it. Then again, it could. Then again, it can be kind of bad. I could accidentally dox myself on stream, so I won't. It will have to. We'll have to take this to Scuff Day some other day. Remind me to show you guys this, the goddamn ponies on Scuff Day. Okay? Show it over to you. Or I can just post a link on Discord later. I'll post a link on Discord later. It's simpler. I will post a link on Discord later. Don't worry about it. I got you. Discord link shall be posted. There was this car commercial guy that would always wear a pickle suit in advertisement cards, and his slogan was nickel for a pickle or something like that. That is gloriously random. What is the link with cars? How does this link with cars? At all. I mean, nothing against it. I love it, but everything is linked to cars. Okay. Everything can be linked with cards to cards with the right attitude. Am I right? Work that's being memorable. That is fair. That is fair. JoJo reference. I feel like everything can be a JoJo reference. At least it's going to become at one point, because how much stuff JoJo just does. That might be the thing. It's just memorable, then you remember that he's a car salesman. Ah, makes sense, makes sense. By the way, chat, remember how I said that technically it is against the rules for you to post any links to sites that might have adult content on Twitch? I don't think they thought that one rule through very well. Because theoretically, that means you can't post links to Steam. Because technically Steam sells adult content games now. Isn't this weird? You could theoretically be banned off Twitch for posting. Isn't this weird? I think they're gonna need to reveal that rule a little bit. Make it more specific. Of course they do. I think they do like try to enforce a, well, common sense rule. So of course you're not gonna get banned just for posting a link to Steam, you know? I found the dude. Oh my fucking god, I found a masterpiece. Nice. Gotta love old dopey commercials, honestly. Man, that actually reminds me. There is a commercial that's kind of been, that plagues my mind to this day. There's an old commercial that plagues my mind to this day. See, here in Brazil, there used to be this big bank called Bamerindos. Long ass time ago. I don't even remember if I was able to have conscious thoughts when that bank was active, right? But I still remember the jingle. They had a jingle that was sung by guys dressed up as mariachi. Why mariachi? Because. Just because. I think they like the funny hats. And The name of the bank was Bamerindos. And the song was just... Time flies, time goes by, but the Bamerindos Bank is still fine. That's the lyrics. I translated it, of course. Em português ficou: o tempo passa, o tempo voa, e a poupança Bamerindos continua numa boa. É a poupança Bamerindos. E tem tu at the end, right? So they crashed pretty extremely hard, and a bunch of people lost money. Right? So everyone lost a shitload of money because they had the money invested in that bank. And it went down in flames. But we got a cool jingle out of that. The jingle still exists to this day. Which is pretty ironic because the jingle is pretty much like, oh, this bank will never crash and burn. You guys can put your money here. It's fine, it's safe. And then it went down in blazing in flames. And I think the president moved it to Florida with all the money or something like that. That was the move to do back in the day. You move it to Florida with stolen money. Like, for reals. Moving to Florida was the power move at the time. In Brazil, we're like, oh my god, living in Florida? That's so fancy. That's where Disney is. Oh, Florida is mini Brazil. Yeah. I see that. But yeah, so that's the Bamerindos, the tales of Bamerindos. And I still remember the lyrics to this day. I mean, I couldn't forget, they're so ironic. They are just too ironic to forget. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. One of these days, I'm gonna get out of my ass and I will try to learn how to do pixel music. I call it pixel music. It's called chiptunes, if I'm not mistaken. Merge down. In here. But yeah, that's the Legend of Mamerindos. In other news, you know the whole Sinclair Red Sheet debacle thing that's been going on Limbus Company? I actually have thoughts about that. Can you believe it? I have thoughts and opinions about that. Yeah. I do. Because the thing about that whole thing, right, is that the company did something that was kind of shitty, but they gave a justification that honestly I have heard a lot. I have heard a lot in several different instances in different games. And sometimes it applies. Sometimes it applies. So, here's my thoughts on the subject. First off, in the ideal world, right, they should have never needed to touch Sinclair. They should have never needed to touch any ID that they release. Because they should already come out balanced. They should already come out balanced. But that barely happens. That barely happens. As someone who played a lot of card games and I've seen cards being banned and being restricted and being errated over and over and over again. And the answer to why is always the same. The answer is always a very simple one. It's because the design it restricts future design is usually the justification. And with the way that they didn't say that, LobCorp, the Type Moon, didn't explicitly say that, but honestly, I can see it. I can see that being the reason why. Because what was the main deal with Sinclair? How did Sinclair work, right? Sinclair worked by giving a very stupid buff while being in the role of a backup unit. I think Redshift Sinclair was needed, but I don't think it needed to drop click it into oblivion. I like the gimmick of building around it. See, but that's the kind of the thing, Lunatic. And I know you did, I know everyone did, but also building around it was the issue. So the justification that they gave was one that I thought was very interesting, which was immersion break. They talked about units that are too powerful causing immersion break. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? And then I look at Sinclair and what the Sinclair build and thing actually is. And it's called like reroll Sinclair, right? Where basically the idea of the build is that you have to reset the fight over and over until you get all the skills properly lined up. And if you do that, you can pulverize anything. And it's pretty fun to do the pulverizing, right? However, here's how this becomes an issue. or at least in the eyes of the designers. So, when you're playing the game, when you're playing story mode, right? You're playing story mode, the story is building up, it's time for a big boss battle, right? You saw the story so far, it's really cool, it's really fun, you're really involved, you're really excited to fight the boss, and oh, oops, this is too bad. Looks like we didn't get to the Gluttony Resonance at the first turn in order to do our combo. What are we gonna do? Let's reset. Alright, I don't like fielding talismans to gradual. So, Lunatic, the thing is, the way that the build is played optimally, even when Sinclair is in the passive role, particularly when Sinclair is in the passive role, you are supposed to reset the build. The build is Deviat Rhodey needs to have her skill 3 available, which is the green skill. The green skill is skill 3, which is like 1 in 6 to have. So 1 in 6 is like 2 in 12, which is around 15% chance more or less. So 85% of the time, you're resetting, right? That is how that works. You're resetting 85% of the time with that thing. So whenever the story was going to build up in pace, because the Rupture thing is the thing that you're supposed to play in the season, right? You are, in order to play ideally, you would need to reset it, right? Now, you don't have to play ideally. You don't have to ruin your moment. But here's the issue. And this is a maximum in game design. This is the maximum of game design. Players will absolutely optimize the fun out of your game if you let them. If something isn't fun, but it's effective, players will feel obligated to do it, even when it's not necessary. And the only exception to this rule is challenge runs. Because theoretically, you don't have to spin for any characters, and if you can actually uptie and only use the base units. You're not doing that though, because it's way more effective and at the same time way more fun to roll for good ideas and use them in combat. See how these things are together? It's fun and effective. So you can have fun while being effective and giving money to the company, which is something that they have to care about because they're making an anime. And also they're a company, they need to make money. So, if using Sinclair in the support is the best tactic available, and using either Rhodey or a possibly future high HP Rupture unit that can apply a lot of Rupture count in addition to Sinclair's Talisman in order to reach the 15-3, which is like the ideal number where the Rupture doesn't decay anymore, right? This is what I like to call limiting design. Mouse was super broken or talisman, or so I heard. Exactly. So here's how this was gonna go without any nerfs. There would be a conga line of Rupture units that, if they had talisman on them, would be ultra mega broken. And the only way to make you care about new Rupture units was with them being broken with talisman. Or having gluttony skills in order to apply the stacks. And nothing else. Like, let's be real here. What do you think about the power of Deviat Sinclair? Deviat Sinclair. Hmm? What do you think about his power? Can you answer me? Do you even know what his power is? Oh, you probably can't. You know why? Because you can't use Deviat Sinclair and Redsheet Sinclair at the same time. Basically, as long as Sinclair is super broken, makes it so... Here's like the thing. I don't like that it stopped being a rupture unit of 15-3. But here's the thing. Deviat Rhodey does the same thing. Deviat Rhodey does the same thing. But Deviat Rhodey can be comboed with Redsheet Sinclair. That's kind of the thing. That's the issue. That's the issue. Imagine how broken of a unit you would have to make, how broken it would have to be a rupture unit. Deviat Rhodey doesn't, though, since she doesn't consume count. Deviat Sinclair still eats count. Ah, I see, I see, I see. By the way, Snake Rhodey is pretty good. But what I'm trying to get at is that the Redsheet Sinclair has some indicators of limiting design. It limits future design. The design of Redsheet Sinclair is not future-proofed, as a lot of people in the business like to say it. A future-proofed design is a design that that doesn't break the game because of a future release, essentially. That's how that works. And I feel like maybe the fact that Sinclair, if Sinclair would be a build around till the end of days, right? Then every single rupture unit would have to be balanced around Sinclair. But I do know what you mean, since a lot of people said that Deviat went on to Sinclair due to Talisman existing and always being the better option. Exactly, exactly. So, as long as Talisman stays the way it is, there are no rupture units for Sinclair. And whatever the hell is the new best way to apply Rupture with Talisman Sinclair, will take that slot too. So, do I like that it's being nerfed? No. Unfortunately, Talisman Sinclair should have been future-proofed from the beginning. Much like Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that were released shouldn't have been that broken upon release. But they were. And they had to be banned. Because otherwise, you wouldn't be able to play anything else because the cards were too broken. And the only other option there was would be for Sinclair to have a Rupture unit if it was Talisman, but better or something. Yeah, that's how you get power creep. That's how you get really bad power creep. You think power creep is bad in Limbus Company right now? Doing that, eternal formats is what is called in card games, are the formats where the most power creep happens in order to being able to sell new product. It's unfortunate that it had to happen, and they should strive to never have to do this again. It's absolutely something that it's on their... that they are responsible for. And at the same time, they kind of had to do it. And it sucks that they had to do it. Especially to people who crafted the thing and were like, oh, this is the way to play, right? So I'm gonna play this way. And then it's like, nah, nah, nah. Nah. So yeah, I feel everyone's pain, I feel their suffering, but it had to be done. I'm one of said people. I've been mucking around glut resonance. My condolences, lunatic. Honestly though, wait and see. Maybe Ishmael is gonna have like a really powerful passive that requires the glut resonance. And it will still be a thing, but with a unit that's actually being used in combat. It's also very funny that the only one I actually leveled to 50 was Deviant Road. It was gonna be replaced to full mouse to that right. Oh no. What's the thing like for... Sorry? What's the thing like for Faust to actually get to the talisman? Because I can't use Honglu... I know I can't use Honglu K Corp because Honglu K Corp will get the talisman. I knew there was something off, and it was this. There we go. Faust has a lot of HP. Okay, so... Basically put non-tank units, so Faust is the one to get the talisman all the time. I'll see. Wait. But yeah, I've seen this shit happening over and over and over again. If you double slot her and spend defense skill, I think you can use Empower as 3 every turn. Oh god. Yeah, I remember that was in the notes. But it's mostly due to Sinclair, right? That you're able to do that. That's why they decided not to nerf for the Faust. Which is another thing that happens a lot. There is another thing that can happen in game design that is very bad, and it's called overcorrection. What it is, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but basically, the false nerf is a good example. Essentially, you see a thing that is broken, and you see two pieces of the combo that makes that thing broken, and just because there are two parties involved, you nerf both of them. And one of them would be fine if the other didn't exist. Ah, you need to double slot, I see. Speaking of which, there is probably another design thing that feels kinda stupid in the Rupture thing that I don't think they'll address because it's not necessarily egregious, but I think it is very stupid. I think they're gonna give it a week to see if they feel that she's still too strong regardless of Sinclair Talisman. And if she feels too strong, they'll probably nerf her. And maybe we can get even more compensations. Interesting. I don't play with her like that at all. I don't optimize. Yeah, that sounds about right. She seems around the same power level as the Blood Fiend IDs, and that's kind of how their empowered attacks tend to work. Dude, are we done? No, we need the arrow. We actually need to make the arrow. Hold up. But yeah, it is unfortunate though. It is unfortunate. I'd rather these types of balance adjustments didn't have to exist. There are a lot of players who have really more extreme feelings regarding these things. Like, there are Magic players who straight up say that if there is a ban list in any given format, that is the fault of the company making the game. Because it means they didn't test everything properly. And honestly, pretty damn gutsy on KJ's part to admit making a balance mistake. And I thought it was... Sorry. I thought it was pretty neat that he gave some very... He even gave the cause of why that happened. And it did make sense why it happened. Shame that it happened. Still shouldn't have happened. But at least you can kinda understand, like, this level of transparency is premium, honestly. To this day, I don't know if anything Konami does is on purpose or not. There is no confirmation on their part. I mean, actually, there is no official confirmation that they don't really make mistakes when it comes to cards' power level. They just jack up the power level of the cards in order to sell them. There was an interview, actually, with an ex-designer of the card game. He worked in the marketing department of Konami of America, and he pretty much admitted, without admitting, that at least the marketing department will take a gander at the cards they're releasing and specifically try to figure out which cards are gonna be chase cards to jack up the rarities. Jack up the rarities, but at the same time make sure that not every card is the same everything is not high rarity. So like, there's an archetype that's gonna be pretty OP. Should we make every single card in the archetype secret rare? No, we're gonna balance it out. We're gonna leave some ultra rares. Some are gonna just be supers because of the role that they play. And we make the really big exciting ones as secrets. That's how they did it when he was around. And it checks. It checks out. Hopefully it also removes some of the adjustments from Privilege G, which is solely due to Talisman existing, like the 15-3 thing. Yeah. That was another thing that I... Because of the balanced design thing, right? Because some of the Rupture units were pretty much balanced around Singular Talisman existing, and that's not really good. You can't, like, express more creativity if you're always having to think of a specific card that exists. It's like a creator's hell, really. You're like trying to design the brand new Rupture, and there is like a sign that says, "Don't forget I exist," and there's Talisman Sinclair staring. Yeah, no, I believe you, Lunatic. Even if he didn't, it's pretty obvious that he did. You know what I mean? Thank God he did admit it, though, because, like I said, that's the kind of transparency that's very good. Of course, the player base is gonna be rabid about it, and they probably should. If anything, to scare the thing into trying hard to not make the mistake again. Maybe a little bit too over-dramatic. Bit too much on the theatrics with the bomb review and stuff. But I get it. Particularly if you fell prey to the basic gacha thing of like, if I at FOMO, where it's like, oh, if I don't craft these and play this deck, I'm gonna be behind. I need to do this. What do you mean they're changing stuff? Yeah, that is absolutely grounds to be pissed off, honestly. I don't know if I can do these two little bowls. Not looking that good. I think I'm gonna skip on this. But I think a lot of people are actually kind of sad KGD was backing down on mouse change. Oh, there are gonna be a lot of different opinions in that regard. There are people who are like balance first, though I do... Those I do think you need to be careful and scrutinize the post, because sometimes there are people who go balance first, but it really is balance first except my favorite playstyle. My favorite playstyle should remain untouched. Or my favorite playstyle is always balanced and you shouldn't touch it. People aren't that nuanced usually. Hold up. Okay, back. So, as with any feedback that comes from the internet, you should take it with a grain of salt. But fortunately, Limbus Company is not a PvP game. Thank God. If it was a PvP game, this would have been much worse than it actually was. Honestly, people get so serious over PvP. Yeah, no, like PvP. Oh my god. Oh my god. PvP balancing is hell. It's also pretty funny when your game isn't even focused on PvP, but PvP is there, so it becomes like a huge concern in every player's mind, even though it's not supposed to be the focus. Like, this is basically what happened with me in Ragnarok Online. I didn't PvP at all. The closest thing to PvP that I did was roleplay. But there were still people who actually hated the class that I played, because there were certain builds that happened to be pretty OP in PvP. So because of that, there were people who were sometimes like intimidated in roleplay that I was around because I was of the class. It's like, it's really weird. It was really weird. And again, it was a really weird time. Those were the times that were weird. Warframe Conclave PvP die in the corner. There's PvP in Warframe? No one ever talks about that. What the hell? Really? Are there any die-hard PvP players? What happened? Did they introduce it in like one patch and it was never updated again and has like no incentives to play? That is wild. That is actually wild. Also, look at this little shitter. Ain't she cute? There's no incentive apart from earning stuff for a conclave, since you can't bring your mods upgrades into it. Huh. Wait. Wait, so the reason the PvP system fails is because it's completely not tied to your progress system? Also janky attack. Okay, that makes that is a thing that's very important. That is a thing that's very important. If it doesn't feel good to play, then people won't play it. I think I'm understanding it a little bit better. Yeah, janky PvP usually doesn't flow very well. Although what I'm talking about, people play the Ragnarok PvP. I don't think Ragnarok PvP could get any more janky. But then again, it was another time. We basically had nothing else to play. Ragnarok was one of those games that you played because it was the only thing you had to play. Was either that or Tibia. And Tibia is a game that has so few animations, you're practically attacking people with your mind at one point. Many warframes were not designed around the concept of PvP. That is true for Ragnarok as well. Eating enemies? Does it spit it out? Or is Grendel not a quitter? Yo, am I done? I might be done. Oh, this is why I charge $20 for this kind of commission. This is why I charge $20 for this kind of commission. It's pretty fast. It's zap zoop, here we go. Grendel can spit out enemies at other enemies as projectiles, but can also digest them into energy buffs. So basically what you're telling me is the unit insta-kills. Essentially, it's an insta-kill. And if you can't get energy, yes, oh god. Well, that sounds like a lovely thing to balance around. I mean, theoretically, if they wanted, they could just disable or rework the skill to work differently in PvP. So you could only spit, you couldn't digest player units, right? But I'm guessing from what you just told me that they didn't really, like, wanted to go that deep into the PvP system. And I think I'm done. Damn. Let me add a second one and do this. There we go. I don't know why pixel art always looks nice with this white outline. Helps highlight the character a lot. And also gives like that cool sticker like effect. All methods of gaining energy are turned off outside of the energy orbs which spawn across the map, which don't give much energy. Ah, I see. Okay, so it's like his ultimate. Oh my god. We finished. There you go. Do you guys think it looks close to the to the reference material, guys? Do you think it looks close to the reference material? Yeah, I know. The reference material is very superior. It's very superior. I know. I know that my art isn't nearly as good as Demi's. I am trying to improve. I am doing my best, guys. Please. Please support me. Help me get better. You should pay them instead. Speaking of which, Momochi, don't forget to confirm the Demi's payment for us, please. Ah, okay. Yeah, you're right, because we should pay Demi. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. She looks cute, thank you! Yay! Momochi likes my drawing. Let's see, total time for finishing this? 2.5 hours. Not bad. There are a couple of warframes which don't use energy though. I wonder how they'd work. Probably if anyone cared about this mode, they would probably be the most broken ones. The ideal PvP warframes, if you will. But also most warframes are much weaker without upgrades. Okay, so from what you're telling me, I can give you a rundown of what the hypothetical meta of this game would look like if the PvP was actually used. Basically, the meta for this game would be 100% based on efficiency. So it would be like how much output your Warframe can do without upgrades and without energy. And if there is one unit that excels in both areas, that unit would be the tier 1, the top meta. Because when it comes down to this kind of stuff, if you have like resources, and resources are sparse, it's kind of like Magic the Gathering. In Magic the Gathering, you have a bunch of cards that cost like 9 and 10 mana that do all kinds of crazy bullshit. But if you don't have enough mana to actually get to cast them, they're worth nothing in your hand. And usually what ends up happening is that the best decks available will usually be all about smaller cards that do a lot of things at once. So the most flexible, most cheapest card will usually form a really powerful deck. That's usually how those things work. Oh. But yeah, we're done. Interesting. I did not have anything particularly planned. Huh! That's interesting. It is pretty dope, actually. I could... Shotomate. Ooh, time. Time? You should be asleep. You know what? I think I'm gonna end stream early. Because I have in half hour I have to leave to take Momochi somewhere. So since we finished early today, I think that's all the time we have for today. Hold up, who's here? Look, Demi. It's ready. I hope you like it. Thank you very much for joining me, Lunatic. Thank you very much, everyone who joined me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome. And remember, I need to raid before doing the outro. Hold up. Let's see. Let's try and raid someone new today, shall we? Not entirely sure who we could raid. Let me see. There's a person playing Stardew Valley. You know what? Fuck it. Let's take a look. There's a person playing Stardew Valley. Let's check them out. Alright everyone, thank you again for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome. And remember, when in doubt, when you think you can't do it. Oh, hold up. Cancel raid. Who do you have in mind, Lunatic? Tell me. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. while I was selecting. What do you have in mind? We can raid your friend. Who's having a birthday party? Locals Van is having a birthday? Okay, let's go. Let's go to Locals Van. Let's say hi to the pumpkin. Abiotic Factory. Interesting. Oh, is that a new model? Nice. Okay, everyone. So once again, thank you again for joining me. Hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome. And remember, when in doubt, when you think you can't do it, focus your inner ninja. And shuriken! Bye-bye, everyone! Have a good one! Bye-bye!